Okay, hello everybody. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the hymn Maren Oounh, which is a hymn that we get from Tasbaha. It's the lubsh or the explanation hymn to the second canticle. So you will always do this hymn after the second canticle. Now, this is the long tune of the hymn. There's other verses to it that are done in the shorter tune, but we're only going to look at the first two verses because those are the first two verses we do long. Sometimes you might only do the first verse long, and sometimes you'll do both the first and the second verse long, but the Hazzat are exactly the same. So Maren Oounh, as we know, is the explanation to the second canticle, which we get from Tasbih. Okay. So I'm going to go through the hymn, and then we're going to look at it piece by piece. Now, for reference, we have our long notes, we have our medium notes, and we have our short notes. Okay. The short notes being like the medium notes being like and the long notes being like so they're relative in length. And these are all like beats, right? So if you've watched the previous videos, you kind of understand these, but they're like beats, right? So if we're singing a hymn like Maren Oounh, we're going to see it, right? The beginning is going to go Maren Oounh, right? So notice the beats like Oounh. That's how the beat works, okay? You'll get an idea for it. And my recommendation is that as you go through the video, at certain points, I'm going to stop after singing a portion, pause, practice, and keep repeating. Okay? And then the hymn will, God willing, be learned like that. Okay? So let's start from the beginning. Maren Oounh Evo ol pi echere sto ospenoti ne epi eropsalti is tavi it be pero fitis. Then the next part. Je aftham yo nifi ine no di inami is he senti empika he echri hije ni o. Okay, so that's how the hymn is going to go. Now, as you can notice, the Hazzat are exactly just a repetition of this first portion here. Okay, so if we get this portion down, you pretty much have this portion down. And even within the first portion or the first verse, there's a lot of repetition. So there's certain portions of the hymn where once you have it down, you'll be good. Okay, so let's practice from here. Starting at Maren Oounh. Maren Oounh. Okay. Maren Oounh. Okay. So let's practice first. Maren. Two long notes, right? Maren. So I'm going to Do it one more time. You can pause and then practice it so you have it down. Maren, Maren. Okay? So you have that portion down. Maren. The next part. Maren on. So we have the three notes here, three long notes. The second long note is going to be a little bit higher than the rest. Okay? So it's going to go Maren on. Okay? So it's Maren on. Okay? On. And notice we have the little short note here to give it a bounce. So it's right? It's right, and that's where the little short note comes in. So with your voice, you're gonna go on. Now keep in mind, even though the second long note is higher, it's not that much higher, right? So it's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like that, right? That'd be awkward. Just slightly. On. So let's practice that. Just those three long notes right here. Let's practice that. On. And you're building up after. So it's on. And the last long note here is a little bit higher. On. Right? So it's on. So when you put it together, it's on. So altogether, Maren on is going to sound like this. Maren on. Next part is evo. Let's practice that. Evo. So from evol is going to start higher. Evo. One more time high. Evo. One more time. Evo. Okay? So you're going to build up back again. So that's why we're going low. We're starting high, but we're going low because we want to build back up. And that's something you'll notice in a lot of hymns, right? When you're about to go really, really high, usually the preceding notes are going to be lower, right? So you want to make sure that you're going back low. So, right? That's this part here. One more time. Okay, so over from Maren, Maren on evo ol e. So let's practice that part. Ol e. Right? Don't mix this up for a long note. That's sometimes what I even do when I look at these Hazzat, right? This is an L. Ol e. So two medium notes. Ol e. Ol e. Okay? So this whole line altogether is going to be Maren on evo ol e. Okay, this part okay, so listen to the beat. Okay, so up top here it's going to ol so ol Pi echeresto. Pi echeresto. One more time. Pi echeresto. So a little bit higher than the rest of the hymn. Pi echeresto. Okay. So from here, a. Practice those first three notes. The first two medium and the long. Now that. So practice that. Once you have that down, practice this part. Okay. Os. That one's gonna go higher, right? Os. Okay. So it's gonna go os pen o t. Okay. So it's gonna go back down after the so os pen o t. Okay. Os pen o t. So one more time, high. Ospeno. So think of these medium notes here as not just like 6 random medium notes, but think about it as 3 sets of 2. Okay. Ospeno. And you're descending in pitch, right? So the first set higher, second set a little bit lower, third set, pretty low, fourth set much lower. So ospeno. Okay. So, ospen. So just practice that. Ospen. Ospen. No. Okay. No. Okay. Ospen. No. T. All right. This part is going. Okay, so ospenoti okay, here. Okay, so from here again. Ospenoti hold it. Practice that. One more time. One more time. Right? Okay. Notice, exact same as up here. So here, it's going to be eropsalti. Eropsalti. So higher. Eropsalti. One more time. Eropsalti. Is. And then back low. So starting from eropsalti. Eropsalti. Is. Eropsalti is. Eropsalti. So practice those 3 long notes here. Is. Is. One more time. Is. Is. Davi. David. So da in the Davi, higher. Davi, and then back low. Davi, right? So V-E-E-E. Again, it's not V-E-E-E, it's V-E-E-E-E, right? That's why we have the two short notes. Davi, E. Practice this. E. Next is id. So altogether it's Davi. Id. Pi epero. One more time. Pi epero. Pi epero. Pi epero. One more time. Pi epero. Pi epero. Again, same as here, right? When we had it just right? And the reason why I have the short note is it's fitis. So it's not just it's fitis. Okay. Fitis. So starting from David. David. Piepero. Fitis. That's the first verse. The second verse is the same, but the intro or the beginning is a little bit different. So it's Je'aftam yo'eh. Then these three notes are the same as the on. Right? On. Nifi. Right? It's the same, except instead of evo, it's nifi. And the rest continues. So I'll sing out the second verse. I'm not going to go piece by piece again, just because we already did that in the first verse to understand the Hazzat. But once you have the Hazzat from the first verse down, you're just applying it to this part. Okay? So the beginning is Je'aftam yo'eh. Nifi. Ine. Nodi. Inami is he senti empika he echri Okay. So for the second verse, you can just pause at any point and just kind of practice it. But once again, like I said, if you have the Hazzat here, you pretty much know it full well here, and you have the Hazzat for that. Okay. But that's the hymn Maren Oounh. Okay. It's a beautiful hymn. You'll oftentimes and actually always hear it at the Tasbih, at the very least the first verse. So it's a great hymn that you'll get down also through practice. But I hope this video was helpful in any capacity. I love you guys so much, and continue to pray for the service. And if you guys ever need anything, please shoot me a text, message me. You can leave a comment, email, whatever works best for you. If you need help with that hand, with the book discussions that we do, anything at all, let me know. I'm always here for you guys, and I love you so much. So God willing, I'll see you guys all soon.